Welcome to AfriJots. Today, we narrate the story of the Vengeful Snake. At the end of the story, we'll reflect on the valuable lessons it teaches. The Vengeful Snake. Nestled deep within the Amazon rainforest, where sunlight struggled to pierce the dense shield of leaves overhead, lived a tribe known as the Yanomami. Legends whispered of a time when the Yanomami people, driven by ancient migrations, crossed a vast ocean to find their home deep within the Amazon rainforest. They carried with them tools, traditions, and proverbs passed down through generations, echoing wisdom from their ancestral lands in Africa. They lived harmoniously with the forest spirits, respecting nature's delicate balance. But lurking beneath the lush vegetation, a shadow festered. The vengeful snake, Curupira. Curupira wasn't always vengeful. He was once a guardian spirit, tasked with protecting the animals and the rainforest's secrets. He was known for his emerald green scales, which shimmered like polished jade, and his wisdom whispered through the rustling leaves. However, darkness festered within him. The Yanomami, while respectful, craved the forest's bounty. They hunted, they gathered, and their actions, though necessary for survival, chipped away at Curupira's perception of their reverence. He grew possessive of the forest, resenting the Yanomami for their dependence on its bounty. One day, a young hunter named Kai, fueled by ambition and a touch of arrogance, ventured deeper than any Yanomami before him. Warnings from the elders, etched with the wisdom of countless seasons, fell on deaf ears. Kai craved a trophy, a testament to his bravery, and the deeper he ventured, the more alluring the forest became. He stumbled upon a hidden clearing, a paradise bursting with exotic plants and creatures untouched by human hands. Greed filled his heart, and he filled his bag with more than he needed, a silent disrespect echoing in the stillness. Suddenly, the earth trembled, the air thick with unseen presence. Curupira emerged from the shadows, his emerald scales now dull, and his eyes burning with rage. "You dare trespass on sacred ground and defile the forest's bounty," he hissed, his voice like the slithering of 1,000 vipers. "You, who tread on sacred ground and defile the forest's bounty, shall face its wrath." Kai, overwhelmed with fear, dropped his bag and fled, his screams swallowed by the unforgiving embrace of the rainforest. Curupira, consumed by a new emotion, vengeance, vowed to punish all who dared to enter his domain. He began to lure unsuspecting hunters deep into the forest, twisting their paths and creating illusions with his magic. They would wander for days, their supplies dwindling, fear gnawing at their hearts, until they perished in the unforgiving embrace of the jungle. The weight of loss pressed heavy on the Yanomami. What began as monthly gatherings to mourn the hunter's passage to the spirit world morphed into a constant echo of grief. Weekly cries of sorrow became a near-daily chorus, a haunting testament to the tribe's despair. Fear gripped the tribe, and whispers of the vengeful snake spread like wildfire. The elders knew they had to act. They called upon their wisest shaman, Aanka, a woman with eyes that held the secrets of the rainforest and a heart that resonated with its pulse, who knew what needed to be done. Armed with courage, knowledge passed down through generations, and a satchel filled with offerings, vibrant feathers, glistening stones, and fragrant herbs, she entered the forest's heart. Aanka ventured deep into the forest. Days bled into nights as Aanka navigated the treacherous maze of trees, guided by the whispers of the wind and the rustling of leaves. Each step was a prayer, each breath a plea for guidance. As Aanka pondered the fate of the Yanomami, her mind racing with images of the lost hunters, their families cloaked in sorrow, and the restless forest spirits flickering in her vision, 3 African proverbs surfaced in her mind, pronouncements that held power to sway the vengeful forest spirits. The destiny of her people hung in the balance. Aanka knew her words, guided by these proverbs, would determine the tribe's future. The chirp of one cricket does not attract rain, but the united voice of many brings the storm. The Yanomami, though seemingly insignificant compared to the vastness of the rainforest, held a strength in their connection to the forest. A single hunter's greed had disrupted the balance, but perhaps the tribe, united in respect, could offer a powerful plea for forgiveness. A wise man does not wrestle with the crocodile. He builds a bridge over the water. Aanka knew brute force wouldn't sway Kurupira. She needed to find a way to bridge the gap between humans and the forest spirit, to build a new understanding that transcended fear and punishment. An old calabash holds more palm wine than a new one. As the tribe's shaman, Aanka carried the weight of generations of knowledge about the forest and its spirits. She hoped to use this wisdom to protect the Yanomami and remind Kurupira of the ancient pact, the delicate balance that had existed for countless seasons. These proverbs served as Aanka's compass, guiding her towards a solution that transcended fear and punishment. She knew she carried the weight of the Yanomami's survival and the hope for a restored balance within the rainforest. After days of journeying, she emerged into a clearing bathed in an eerie green light. There, amidst the twisted roots and gnarled branches, stood Kurupira, his form radiating malevolent power. Fear, primal and instinctive, threatened to overwhelm Aanka. But she steeled her resolve, remembering the faces of her people, their eyes filled with fear and desperation. Taking a deep breath, she called out, her voice ringing with power. "Kurupira, guardian spirit!" Aanka called out, her voice clear and strong. "Why do you bring harm to the Yanomami?" Kurupira turned, his eyes blazing with an intensity that threatened to consume Aanka whole. "They have taken what is not theirs," he boomed, his voice a tremor that shook the ground. "They have shown disrespect for the forest that sustains them." Facing Kurupira, Aanka spoke, her voice calm and measured, her words carrying the weight of generations. She spoke of the Yanomami's reverence for the forest, their dependence on its bounty, and their understanding of the delicate balance between humans and nature. She reminded him of his true purpose, not as a vengeful spirit, but as a protector, a guardian who ensured the forest's continued existence. Fear, she argued, wouldn't ensure the forest's safety, only respect and understanding. Aanka's words, filled with truth and respect for the forest, sparked a flicker of the old Kurupira within the vengeful entity. Shame filled him as he realized the darkness was consuming him. With a deep hiss, he retreated into the shadows, vowing to return to his role as protector. Aanka emerged from the forest, blinking in the sudden sunlight. A wave of relief, so profound, washed over her. It felt like a cleansing rain. But then, the sound hit her, a thunderous rhythm vibrating through the ground. Cheers erupted, laced with tears of joy as the villagers surged forward. They weren't running to her. They were dancing towards her, their bodies moving in unison to the furious beat of dozens of drums. The air thrummed with the energy of their celebration, a joyous counterpoint to the oppressive silence of the forest. Aanka was engulfed in a wave of sweaty, ecstatic bodies, each touch a heartfelt thank you, a testament to their gratitude. The tribe, once shrouded in despair, now pulsed with a vibrant rhythm of hope. Their savior had returned, and with her, their future was secured. The Yanomami were reminded of their responsibility towards the forest, and vowed to take only what they needed, and treat the rainforest with the respect it deserved. The legend of the Vengeful Snake served as a reminder. Nature's beauty and bounty come with a responsibility, and disrespect can unleash a terrible wrath. Aanka's encounter with Kurupira resonates deeply with the challenges in our modern world. Like the Yanomami's seemingly insignificant actions disrupted the forest's balance, our daily choices, from the food we consume to the energy we use, have a cumulative impact on the environment. The chirp of the cricket. The story reminds us of the power of collective action. Just as the united voice of the crickets could bring rain, individual actions can make a real difference when combined with a collective shift towards sustainability. Simple changes in our daily routines and a global commitment to environmental protection can profoundly impact us. Building bridges. Aanka's quest to bridge the gap between humans and the forest spirit reflects the need for dialogue in addressing environmental issues. Just as she sought an understanding with Kurupira, we must strive for collaboration between governments, corporations, and individuals. By fostering open communication and building bridges of cooperation, we can find solutions that benefit humanity and the natural world. The wisdom of the old calabash. Aanka's wisdom reminds us of the importance of ancestral knowledge. Indigenous communities have lived in harmony with nature for generations. Understanding and respecting their traditional practices can gain valuable insights into sustainable living. The legend of Kurupira is a cautionary tale, but also a story of hope. It reminds us of the interconnectedness of all living things and the consequences of disrespecting the natural world. By learning from the past, taking collective action, and fostering understanding, we can work towards restoring the balance between humanity and the environment, ensuring a healthy planet for future generations. Like this story, subscribe to AfriJots for more enchanting African tales that inspire and entertain. Click the bell icon never to miss an update.